All right. Today we're not doing a bike ride. Today's going to be a little bit different. Okay, so I'm running, or I'm going to make my attempt to run. That's what I'm going to say. At the very least, I'm going to walk. So my plan is to reach this first electric pole. These are not, I don't know if anyone knows this, southern Nevada in the desert, but these are not your average electric poles. They're quite large. I'm not a electric pole expert, but I tend to see these only where you don't have a lot of houses or a lot of structures, because they are kind of loud. When you get close to them, they have this kind of buzzing, this frequency, this signal they emit. So, but anyways, my point is, I am grateful to live somewhere with not a lot of people, because currently at the moment I'm not in good shape. So I took my shirt off. I'm trying to get as much vitamin D as possible within reason. I have yet to try running naked. Who knows? I'm not opposed to it. Maybe one day I will try it. But at the moment, I'm not interested in doing that. So I do have my shirt off, but don't worry, I'm not going to scare any women or children or any sensitive men out there. I do have some fat on me, okay? It does not look good. I would not be comfortable at the moment running in a large city with my shirt off. I wouldn't. I know a lot of people are like, well, you don't look that fat. Well, I know, but we all have different standards, okay? I know what I want to look like and what I have looked like, and at the moment it's not pretty to me. And I realize that if you're not pretty to yourself, then it doesn't really matter what other people say. So I am working on that. Little by little, I realized it takes every day. It takes a daily investment to get what you want. That's what I realized for me. It takes a daily investment. So I'm out here today depositing in my metaphorical daily investment account of my health. So I'm going to start out by walking. One of the things I like to do, I like to overly exaggerate my shoulder turns, just because I've been in multiple car accidents. Some have been quite significant car accidents that have compromised my health for the rest of my life. And I've been in a motorcycle accident that cost me a broken bone, and I'm grateful that, or I would say some head trauma, but that's just how it is. I've still managed to perform at an adequate level to appease the people that I work with or around. So I'm grateful I could at least reach that bare minimum. So, but I'm just now commenting on what I like to do in order to try to get my body loose. So I like to overly exaggerate my shoulder turns, because that kind of helps my back loosen up a little bit. And you might hear my son Dami. He's currently watching his tablet, which I appreciate. I know sometimes he doesn't want to go out with me on these excursions, but I'm hoping one day he does realize that I appreciate the time that I get to spend with him, and like I've said probably in every single one of my videos, that I do not know when my last day on this planet will be. I'm hoping it's not today, and I'm hoping it's not tomorrow, but the reality is I don't know, and I'm grateful for the time that I get to spend with him. And I'm hoping that we can share not just time together, but time together in a positive manner. And I'm doing my best to try to be positive, and I realize that sometimes I'm not. So all I can do is work on every single day as if it's unique, independent from every other day, because the reality is every day is independent. I may have failed every other day in my life, but today I feel like I am being successful because I'm out exercising, and I realized I'm not here to talk about anyone else. I'm here to talk about myself. So to the first light pole is a mile and a half. And very soon I'm going to start running. So now I have not ran in a long time, so please forgive me if I start to sound severely compromised. Do not worry for me, because, and if you're not worried for me, if you're like, well, I don't care about you anyway, well, then I appreciate you watching the video. So no, but the reality is whenever I leave things for a long period of time, and I'm only speaking for myself, whenever I leave things for a long period of time, it's quite difficult returning back to it. So I attempted to ease myself back in. I've been riding bike, I don't know how many days, for a little bit. I'm gonna guesstimate maybe a week plus. I don't know. I tend to lose track of days sometimes because having two kids and trying to take care of a family and a home, it becomes time consuming. So I'll be honest, some days I don't know what day it is. Some days I don't know if it's daytime or nighttime because, I just get exhausted. And that's the other thing is when I'm in good shape, I don't get exhausted as easily. And I'm grateful for having two sons because my older son, he wants to play a lot, and that actually helps me exert myself. I pick him up. He weighs about almost 40 pounds now. So shout out to you, sir, for gaining some weight. And I'm hoping you continue to gain weight. I don't want you to be a scrawny little guy. If you are, that's okay too. But I'm just saying, we should work towards trying to get you to the maximum of your potential. That's what I believe. I don't like to compare myself to anyone else because, I'm my own unique individual. I'm 5'5". I know what's a comfortable weight for me when I'm at about 155, 58. When I'm under 160, that's what I realized. When I'm under 160, then I feel good. If I stretch in the mornings, then I feel even better. If I try to loosen up my body, I realize that, I don't know about anyone else, but when I wake up in the morning, my body is very stiff. So I can barely get up. And so that's why I try to ease into my day and I try to ease out of the day. So I've always believed that too, that, the last hour of your day should be low light, kind of like getting back into that state of going to bed. The mistake we made last night, so I'm just going to be I'm going to tell you, I was very excited for the show 2020. I'm a huge fan of baseball. Please, no one ask me. I haven't kept up with anything for the last few years. When I was a child, I loved watching the San Francisco Giants. I'm born and raised in San Francisco. I love watching them on TV. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to have a thing on my wall where I would write down the names of the players and their positions, and as it would change, I would erase the names and put the new players. But, as you get older, and just me, I'm just saying that, I lose track of the things that I love because, other things come up. And so as you get older, I think that I want to try my best to come back to that. I do appreciate it. I played baseball when I was, in whatever you call it, Little League. I never played in high school or college. My main things in high school and college were running, cross country and track. But that doesn't mean I can't appreciate the sport, and so my point is, I know I mentioned today, and forgive me if the sound is not the best because now I'm like the mic is bouncing around a lot more than when it did when it was on the bicycle. So I'm hoping that doesn't make the sound horrible. And I'm starting to run now. So if you're like, well, why does he sound so much stranger? This guy's strange. Shout out to Stranger Things, but no, it's because now I'm running. So, and that was me slapping my belly because I got a belly now. I don't appreciate that. I find that quite disgusting, actually. And I don't think that's a good place to be at when you find yourself disgusting. So, and I think there's a lot of levels to that because I can find myself appealing at an intellectual level, but I could still be critical of myself and be like, yo, I got to get back into shape because this is not good. This is not cool. Now I'm starting to question if that is a mile and a half to that first light pole because I feel like I'm arriving there quite quickly. Excuse me. No, so my point is I pre-ordered the show 2020 and huge fan of baseball. Don't ask me, please, names of people. If you want to question me and say, well, he doesn't know all the players on the team, therefore he cannot be a true fan. If that's your standard, that's fine. Then maybe I'm not a true fan by your standard. But like I said, I was born and raised in the Bay Area. I've gone to, quite a few Giants games over the last 4 decades. So I consider myself a fan. And, I would say a bigger fan of the Giants than I am of the 49ers. Like, I appreciate football, but when it comes down to it, I love the embracing of mathematics in the sport of baseball. I feel like baseball truly is kind of a nerd sport because you can nerd out on numbers. And I have noticed, though, I did buy Madden 2020, and I noticed that maybe that has changed over the years. Maybe nerding out on all the, and I also got FIFA. Shout out to FIFA. I think 2020, or what? Excuse me, 2022. So I'm trying to, I like sports in general. I like seeing people with high level skill in their art form perform. So, but just playing 3 hours last night, maybe 3 hours this morning, I can already tell that the show 22 is a badass game. It really is. It really is. I appreciate the ability to play in classic mode and turn off, or scale down the attention to being good at your fine motor skills or whatever the game, because I realize there's games that I want to get into. I really do. But some of them, you just have to learn every single button, and it takes almost, maybe this is an exaggeration, but it takes almost like 10 hours to get comfortable with the keys or the controls. And frankly, in my current situation, I just don't have the time to do that. I really don't. So I'm grateful to the show 2020. I was able to literally just start the game and enjoy myself. And I think that's what allows someone to really get back into stuff. I think that allows people to get into things, period. I think a lot of times when you're at the top of your game and you're a professional, whatever that means in your field, I think there's this tendency to forget that we all start out somewhere, and usually it's not really good. Usually when we start out, we kind of suck. And if that's not you, that's okay too, because I realize that maybe I am in the minority, because usually when I start doing something, I'm not good at it. So maybe I'm an expert at being not good at stuff initially. But I've realized that if I stick with things, then I usually end up finding what I want. I usually end up finding exactly what I was looking for. So sometimes people say, I don't know what I want, but I'll know it when I see it. And that's kind of how I feel about a lot of things in life. I don't necessarily know exactly what I want, but now that I've played the show 2022, it's a badass game. I really, so far, I enjoy the pitching aspect. Absolutely love it. I think there is a dynamic between a pitcher and a catcher. And I know just from watching baseball, look, I don't know a lot, but I tend to see a lot of times a pitcher kind of wrestling or butting heads with their catcher, not wanting to throw certain pitches, which is fine. I think there is going to definitely be a compromise, but if your catcher is right there next to your batter, he definitely might be able to feel or see something that you don't. And I know this is just a video game, but I just appreciate thinking about these things. I really do. At the very least, I've noticed that video games have gotten far more in depth in a good way. You get to learn a lot. I really do. I think the days of thinking that video games rot your brain, I think those days are gone. I really think that you could learn to read, learn to critically evaluate, think about things, grow as a human being. I think all those things now definitely can be accelerated through playing video games. So I am grateful for that. And I look forward to playing more video games in the future. That's something that I really love as well. So, okay, now that I'm done with that, let's see. It doesn't feel like I did a mile and a half, so I'm gonna take it back. What I said. Oh man, it is getting warmer today. Shout out to the desert and the desert heat that is coming. Excuse me. Oh man. You know what? I'm just gonna push and see what happens. That's the kind of person I am. You know, I'm like, yo, that's one of my biggest. I don't want to say shortcomings, but I'll tell myself, I'll be like, no. Okay, I'm just gonna go out and do 3 miles, and then I end up doing like 7 or 8 miles. I think there is something to be learned from yourself by breaking yourself. You know, I think you should be your biggest. I think you should be your biggest fan, but you should also be your most critical fan as well. You know, I think that it's important to not just ride on your successes, and that's what one day, if I am successful, and I think I will be one day, I want to make my own mental note here and be like, don't ride on your successes, sir. Okay, so what I do know is the distance between each electric pole is a 1/10 of a mile. So 10 of these poles equals 1 mile. And if I'm wrong, then I'm sorry, but that's what I remember from. I kind of mapped out. Maybe I should revisit my mapping, because I'd say a long time ago, 7-8 years ago, I don't know the exact number, but I used to have a Garmin Fenix 5 watch, and I appreciate that watch. I do. I really do. It was, you know, big. I have a 6.5 inch wrist, 165 millimeters. I don't know, millimeters, centimeters. You know, when you're in the U.S., we're like the only people that use inches, and I wish that we could find a way to be consistent. I think Dami's yelling at me, and if he's been screaming at me while we've been running, I've been listening to music, so I know he's probably frustrated, and we're having to. Okay, I'm gonna stop, but I do have their soccer ball though. But what? Okay. Maybe I don't need to push too hard. Now I'm trying to listen. Yes. He tells me I'm annoying a lot, but you know, I think what he doesn't realize is I'm just trying to vocalize my ideas so that I can document them. And you know, Dominic, I know you're 4 years old and you might know more than me, which is fine, but I still want to, you know, I want to vocalize my opinions as well. So, because if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? You know, that's what I tell myself. If I don't. Yes, Dami. You are Dami, and you know more than me. That's fine. That is everyone else out there. I need to learn from everyone else. So I'm going to do a better job of learning from you, sir, and everyone else out there. But I'm hoping, and I keep saying this, I'm hoping that maybe one day you'll listen to me, you know? Maybe you'll come to a realization that quite possibly I have something to offer the world and you. Who knows? I might surprise you. You know, I'd like to think that I'm positive. You know, I'd like to think that I'm out here working hard on a daily basis, getting my heart rate up to keep myself healthy so that I'm not a burden on society or any of my family. I'd like to believe that's a valuable trait, an asset, a characteristic. But, I mean, I could be wrong. You know, I'm not saying that I'm right by doing this. I'm just saying this is my stage, but this is my stage, and if I can't do what I want on my own YouTube channel, then where can I? And I think that's where we all need to stand as individuals and say, well, this is my platform. You know, why can't I vocalize what I believe as long as I'm positive and respectful? I think that should be 100% true. And I know there's bullies everywhere. You know, there's bullies at schools, there's bullies on the internet. But the reality is, you know, if someone doesn't like what I'm saying, then please make your own YouTube channel and prove me wrong. You know, show me that, or show the world that what I'm doing is incorrect. I don't have a problem with that. If you do that, I realize if people do that in a positive and respectful way, I would gladly follow whoever it was that proved me wrong. If someone hypothetically was like, you know what, exercise every day is not good for you. It's not good to get your heart rate up. It's not good to be out in the sun for an hour or two a day, because for whatever reasons I've shown you. Well, then I say, look, it's worked for me, and this is my example of one. And that's the reality, is that, if I feel good by exercising every day, if I feel good getting some sun, and I know I realize that I take things to extreme, because, I like to exercise like 5-6 hours a day, and I know that's a lot. That's a lot. Maybe I just need to move to a climate that maybe is not so hot, or maybe not so sunny, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I just need to spend less time solely outdoors and try to find a balance. And that's one thing that I have struggled with my whole life, is trying to find balance in everything, balance in consumption of material possessions, balance in consumption of food, alcohol, whatever, tobacco. I realize that I do have if I'm honest with myself, I do have an addictive personality, because when I enjoy something, I want to be around it all the time. So, and I'm trying to balance that out, because I want to live a long, healthy life, not a long life that's full of pain and suffering. And I know you can't always avoid pain and suffering, but I do think that there are things that you can do to lessen the amount of pain and suffering that you have to go through. So I'm trying to stretch more. I'm trying to use the inversion table that my wife bought me. I'm trying to drink more water. That definitely helps as well. Less alcohol. Trying to lower my tobacco intake. I think that 1 or 2 cigarettes a day, I really don't think that's going to kill you. But like I said, the problem I have is when I enjoy something, I tend to over consume it. So, okay, Dom, let me get back to the running part. Look, I just like it when I'm ripped, bro. And I know ripped means different things. I think ripped to me is probably what the average person thinks of is super lean. I guess a good example for me would be Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse. To me, that's ripped. I'm not a big fan of the modern day ripped, which is kind of just very, I don't know what's a good word, large, I guess. Like, I think we've moved into this period where we think bigger is better, and as a runner, I don't feel that way. I like to be lean and fast. Or maybe even, I would say another example is Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon. To me, that's ripped. That's kind of what I go for. I'm like, I don't want my muscles to be ginormous. I actually prefer speed. Speed, accuracy, and then power, probably for me. Because at the very least, if I have speed, I can get away. And I have accuracy, I can put my offense where it needs to go. And then power for me last, because I think if I'm fast, I can stay out of your reach. And I take it back. Speed, endurance. Well, no, for me actually now. See, now I'm working through. And Dami's like, we're going to compete here in this conversational zone. No, but I love it. I do appreciate my son greatly. I know we struggle every day. And that's the thing I also realized, is that every day has its ups and downs. I think when you realize that every day, and I'm just speaking myself, my personal experience, every day has these high points where I'm like, yes, this was amazing. And I think every day also has these low points where I'm just like ready to pull my own hair out. And I think that's normal. I think it is. That's been true throughout the course of my life, is that, I've had jobs that were, there are times when it's really, really just horrendous things to see and experience. But at the same time, just being able to impact people's lives in a huge way that maybe save their life or make their life infinitely better. I think those are also necessary. And I don't think you can have those highs without having those lows. I think a lot of times we try to find this zone where we avoid all pain, but I think really avoiding pain just brings about more pain or worse pain. So I'm not trying to avoid pain, and I'm not trying to avoid uncomfortable situations. I'm just trying to control my own emotions when I realize that those situations are leading me to be out of control. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to realize and just accept the fact that sometimes these situations that are uncomfortable or undesirable or painful are a natural part of life, and that I need to just kind of be in that moment and realize that I need to take control of myself, my own emotions. That's what I'm working on. I know I'm probably just presenting you one side of me. I do get angry, and I'm not saying anger is bad. I think there's definitely been times in my life where being angry has actually probably saved my life, or being very aggressive or appearing to be out of control. I mean, it definitely depends on the circumstances and the situation. I think when you're alone, it's far better to appear. And look, I'm not trying to present any situations. I'm just saying, sometimes, you have to come across a certain way to get out of a situation with your life, and that's there's nothing wrong with doing that. I don't think so. I think a lot of times, people might say, "Oh, that guy's this. Oh, that guy's that." Well, you might actually not realize that maybe some people need to act in a certain way just to get out of a situation, or they perceive a situation to be dangerous and they're going to act in a certain way that's going to lead everyone to believe they're something. And I don't think that's bad. I think that's acting. I don't think that the best actors are only on TV and in movies. I think we all know how to act. It's just whether or not we want to monetize it. I think that's the difference, or how we go about monetizing as well. So, all right, so I'm gonna go to this one hill here. I'm feeling good. What I've been doing has been working. So I'm easing into running, and I realized that if I wouldn't have been riding my bike for the last couple weeks, today would not be as comfortable. I'm not gonna say it's easy, because it's not. I can still feel it in my legs, but I'm feeling good. So when I say I'm feeling good, I still feel sore. I still have pain in my back. I still feel tight. I still struggle because I'm trying to communicate with you while I'm trying to exercise, but at the same time, I feel good. I do. My spirits are high. I'm feeling positive about my life, about my situation, about the new video game that I'm playing, about the relationships with people that I haven't met that I'm trying to develop. I feel positive about all these things, and I enjoy vocalizing it. I really do. There's people that I haven't met in person, but I feel like I'm communicating with them to a certain degree over the internet. So I agree. I appreciate that. I really do. I think the internet, social media, can be seen or looked at in all manners, good and bad. And if we're honest with ourselves, there are good and bad things. But it really depends on what you want to focus on. I think that trying to stop something from happening or controlling things doesn't lead to a good end result. I think it's more about realizing what's going on and then trying to say, well, how can I benefit from this? Or how can I make a better situation for myself and the people I care about? That's why I try not to control what happens. I just try to redirect energy. I was never an Aikido person, but I appreciate the concept of Aikido, redirecting energy. When someone tries to attack you, it's far harder to stop that. stop that from happening. I think it's much easier to change your movement and then redirect the energy of the other person. And then in a lot of ways, people don't really even understand what happened because you just literally kind of sidestep them and allow them to move wherever they were going. So I don't always believe, and I'm not saying that's always the answer, but definitely with people who are larger than me. Oh, did you see the bunny, bud? That was a bunny. So I brought our 2 soccer balls, and today will be, I call this a circuit training. So I'm running and walking. I'm not really trying to impress anyone right now. I'm just trying to be like, okay, I'm gonna run for a little bit of time. I'm not even timing myself. I'm just, just for a few minutes, and then walk. And I realize that when I get back into exercising, I really don't even focus on distance. I really just focus on exerting myself and trying to maintain a certain level of comfort, And by comfort, I mean, I know the normal amount of pain that I'm going through in my back and in my legs, my shoulders and my neck and stuff. So I try to, and this is where I think it's really important, and people confuse like no pain, no gain. I don't 100% disagree with it, but I don't agree with it. Like, there's a certain level of pain that's acceptable, but once you start pushing to a point where you're like tearing like the muscle, I know you have to tear your muscle to make it larger, but look, all I'm saying is you could push so hard that you literally destroy your body, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So there's definitely a gray zone when it comes to no pain, no gain for me. So, and I think that only comes from you learning about yourself, learning about your own body and what your body is comfortable with doing. Yes, bud? Monster truck? He loves the monster trucks. We didn't get to finish our Corvette yesterday, but maybe today we'll finish the Corvette. Today, Mommy is going to hang out with one of her coworkers, so I hope that goes well for both of them. And today it's going to be the 2 boys and I, my 2 sons and I, will be enjoying ourselves on this Friday night. Who knows? Maybe Jay will rest, and then Dami, you and I, I could play video games. You could watch your tablet. I enjoy that. I really do. I really do. Okay, I'm trying to get to this hill. I might do 1 or 2 of these hills, just so I can show you how fat of a bastard I am. I like kind of being like, yo, I'm not in good shape. I don't feel comfortable with my physical appearance at the moment. So why not just show it off to YouTube, huh? I know nobody's watching, so it doesn't even matter. And even if millions of people were watching, they'd be like, yeah, you're out of shape and fat. I'd be like, yeah. I think the truth only hurts if you want it to hurt. If I'm honest with myself in the morning and I say, look, I think there's nothing wrong with brutal honesty. I really don't. I much prefer people who are honest with me. I don't appreciate when people lie to me and tell me I'm good when I'm not, or I look great when I don't. If anything, it just tells me what kind of person they are, because look, I know when I look good and I know when I don't. So, and there's levels to that, there absolutely is. If I'm like talking to someone who, for them, I might be in better shape than they've ever experienced in their whole life. So I get it, I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, if you know me, you know what I'm capable of, and you know what I'm not capable of, and you should understand that I'm not impressed with my own physical condition right now. But that doesn't mean I have to be sad about it. I just have to be motivated. I have to get more motivated and say, look, every day I'm out here trying. That's what I'm doing. Every day I'm out here trying, but that's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna get back to running again a little bit. Let's run a little. I'm gonna try to make it to the hill here, and then maybe I'll get out, do 1 hill, or attempt to, That's what I'll try to do. Yes. Okay. And I get to lose this way, I noticed too. Like if I do circuit, running and walking, I'm a huge fan of that. I think that's how you build your endurance. You just run for a bit, and then walk for a bit, run for a bit. That's how your body gets warmed up, gets loose. I'm also a big fan of, maybe walking a mile and a half just to start to get loose, then stretching. I know we did that in high school. We would walk, I think, half a mile, then just run slowly for, maybe a mile and then stretch, just to give yourself a little bit of a base. I don't think you get a good stretch just stretching cold. I really don't. See, now I'm starting to feel a little bit loose. I can move my back. I can twist my shoulders a lot more. I'm feeling good. I really am. Now I know my gut is sticking out. I don't appreciate that. But look, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. And I like to growl too. People say that's strange, and I didn't think it was strange when I was a kid. I really didn't. Sometimes you gotta let the inner beast out. Let that inner beast out. All right. And if you say, this guy speaks all kind of gibberish, it's just a matter of motivating myself. That's all it is. It's a character I play in my head. I say, look, I gotta get into beast mode, son. Get into beast mode, dog. No, that's what happens. When I run, I start to get motivated. I get the blood flowing. All the juices start flowing, baby. All the juices start flowing. And then I get ready. Get ready to party. The metaphorical party. Oh, baby. Okay, no, I'm gonna stop. Okay, I'm trying to get to the hill, but not push myself too hard, because that's the other part too, is I have to constantly tell myself, I'm not trying to push myself crazy right now, because we need to still do our hills, and we need to make it home. We need to make it home, dummy. All right, bud. Okay. There it is, bud. Whew. Almost there. I'm not against running backwards, too. I know some people are like, why don't you run backwards? Yeah, but look, this is, or side steps, too. I know everyone has suggestions in a better way, because I'm sure everyone else is in better shape than I am, but look, all I'm saying is you got to take in the terrain into account here. The terrain is rough, or not flat, so I'm gonna run straight, or directly forward. Oh man, okay, I didn't make it. I'm gonna walk for a little bit. That's okay, I failed. There's nothing wrong with failing. I learned. Oh man. Okay. This is it. I want to show you the brutal honesty. Even when I was in really good shape, you might be like, oh man, that's amazing. But I said that. Other people might be like, it's not a big deal. Which is fine. I know how hard I had to work to get where I was. So I impressed myself. And if it's unimpressive to other people, that's fine. Because I don't know where other people started out. I don't know what kind of supplements or things they're taking. I don't know how difficult their circumstances are at the moment. So that's why I'm trying not to say things unless I can speak in a positive manner, because that's what I realized. I'm like, I don't know where people are coming from. Some people might have just had the worst day of their lives, based on whatever circumstances they're in. And the last thing I would want is to make someone feel horrible when they're already going through difficult times. So that's me. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so we're almost here at the hill. I love the hills. That's what I love about San Francisco Marathon. The hills. That's what I say is my favorite, is the hills, because they humble you. The hills humble you. So I'm gonna hit some of these hills here. I'm gonna get us a couple in. I'll probably do a couple until I get lightheaded. And that's a joke, but it's the truth as well. All right, Bubsky. Yeah, we're going. I'm gonna let you out. Maybe get you. He's got his sunshade, so he's not to worry. I'm the one that's out here with my shirt off, getting a lot of vitamin D. He's getting vitamin D because he's got these tinted windows on the side, and his sun visor protects probably 65% of his body, but his legs are still getting a little bit of sun. And not to worry, to anyone concerned, we will be heading back soon. So I know it's not the most ideal time to be exercising, but it's not excessively hot either. It's not overly hot. So let me see if I can find our starting point here. I'm not going to cut the video because I want you to see how fat I am. I'll use this as my progress video. I got like 20 pounds of extra fat right now. So, which, hey, look, I'm hoping, this is what my mindset is, where my mindset is. So I'm gonna try to sign up for a marathon, or at least think about, I know financially right now I don't think I could afford it to pay for a marathon, but I think at least in my mind I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna shoot for like December, January of next year, and that's my goal. That gives me 8 months of training to drop that weight. I think I can do it, even if it's just half of that. If I can come down 10 pounds, and I think a lot of times we lie to ourselves. I don't mean me eating a full meal and then weighing myself, and then a week later starving myself and then weighing myself and saying I lost 10 pounds. No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, like, consistently. You know, I think that's why it's important when you weigh yourself to weigh yourself at the same time after the same amount of food. Okay, bud, I'm gonna let you out. Water. Put our stickers on there. I don't know if you can see. Shout out to Casio. I'm an unsolicited wrist check right there, so I'm gonna drink some water. And then we're gonna go up this hill. Oh God, water's so good, bro. I realized everything's good when you deprive yourself. You know, I think that's why sometimes it is good to lose everything. Then you're like, you have this newfound appreciation for everything. That's what I've realized. Maybe if I'm just being positive, after losing literally everything, every possession I've ever owned, and being in the worst physical condition, you know, bringing myself back from the brink of death, I think I've realized that there's an appreciation that you gain from losing everything, and that's realizing that you should be grateful for what you do have. And that's me. That's the realization that I'm coming to. And yes, I just farted. All right, Dami. I'm gonna go up this hill, bud. Go both what? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna walk up this hill, bro. Yeah, I don't need to go super fast, dude. Because if I'm his chariot, look, first of all, you're 40 pounds. His chariot's like, I don't know, I'm gonna guesstimate another 40 pounds. So, and I know that it has wheels, but still. we're modifying the workout today, sir. I had a plan, and that's what I realized when you have kids, you got to modify that plan. Can't always get what I want. You stay too rigid. That's how you break stuff. That's how you break stuff. All right, here we go. I'm avoiding these big rocks, bro. Trying to avoid the big rocks. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Avoided the big one. This is going high. We're going high up here on the hills. Oh, my God. All right, I got to really dig in. Really dig in, sir. I don't think a video does it justice on inclines. Because this is a steep incline. I feel like it's, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I have to put my hands on the floor to get up it, but it's still steep, bro. Steep incline. I do appreciate mountains. Oh my gosh. We're going. We're making it up this hill, but this is real high and really difficult. We're almost at the top. We're almost at the top. Oh, God. No, it wasn't that bad. I like to exaggerate. Oh, it is. It's windy. It's windy AF, bro. Windy AF. This is some gnarly stuff here. You don't want to fall if you're running or bicycling. That's why I think for bike packing, some people want to go fast. I don't want to go fast because I realize the stakes are higher. You break a bone and you're 20 miles from anybody. Not a good situation. Okay, I'm going to the top, bud. I'm going to the top, sir. It is very high up here. Oh my gosh. We are almost there, bud. It is very high. I'm going to drink some more water. I'm going to enjoy this moment here. I don't know if you can see what I see, but I'm very grateful for what I see here. Oh my goodness. I don't want to get too close to the edge. And there it is. My microphone and video have moved down. There, maybe you can see things better. I don't know if Tommy wants to get out, but I'm just going to take a moment here, bud. I exerted myself quite a bit, but I'd still like to talk to you. Look, I'm just having fun. I probably amount to, even though I'm 40 years old, I probably seem like a 12-year-old with my Insta 360 and my microphone. But I'm enjoying myself. I really am. I'm gonna just send a shout out to all the people who care about me, all the people that I love and love me. I want you to know that I hope one day to meet you and then just have a blast. And no, I'm serious. And if I already know you, I think we've had a blast. So that's the truth. Some people say, look, I'm a little too careless, but that's reality. You know, I like living on the edge. Yeah. I am. No, some people, I would, if someone spoke about me, I'd say I would definitely agree with that. They're like, that guy, sometimes he takes it a little too far. He's out of control. But, you know, I just like jumping out of airplanes. It's just, that's the reality. I enjoy it a lot. I mean, with a parachute, obviously. Oh, it's so nice out here. I do appreciate being away from civilization. That's what I love about, you know, I like to be, because I realize there's positives and negatives to any place where you're at. So I appreciate that about this area. You know, when I did my road trip, I noticed there's other states that have that. So, you know, I know Texas was like that as well. Just traveling through Florida, I noticed that as well. Like, you'd have areas where it was highly populated. Highly populated, but like literally 20 miles away, you just had houses sitting on an acre, and that I really appreciate that. That would be my ideal. my ideal would be, where I could have an acre of land. I don't really care about how big the house is, but just an acre of land, some space, and then 20, 30 mile drive to get to a larger city. That's to me what is appealing. I like that balance. I'm selfish. Yes, sir. You want out? Okay, Dombey's gonna get out. Let me lock this so you don't fall over. Okay. Gotta go where right here where rock touch the ball open, but gotta down. Gotta go down to that area. Here, let's take the ball down over there. Yeah, here, watch. Here, I'll follow you, and we'll go down this way, okay? And we'll play ball down there. Yeah, let's go down to the rocks here. Really start. We brought our 2 soccer balls, but I don't want to. These rocks are actually very sharp, so let's move down to where it's softer, bud. Come on, Chariot. Chariot of fire. Go all the way down to the bottom, bud. Let's go all the way down where it's smooth. We'll go down where it's smooth, bud. That way we can kick our soccer ball around. Yeah, you got to be careful, bud. Don't nobody worry. We have the ability to protect ourselves in case we come across any unfriendlies. And by unfriendlies, I mean non-patriots, non-people who wish to defile our country, our great nation. And I realize those people could come in any color, any size, that's the thing I realize. It's really a mindset. If you don't agree with freedom, then that could be the sole issue. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. We're out here in the desert. I'm here enjoying myself with my son. As long as you're not threatening my life or the life of my son, I don't feel like we're going to have an issue. I really don't. I've come across people that, they've been rude and disrespectful. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to leave. Because I know the situation. The last thing I want is to be in a deadly force situation if I can avoid it. That's the absolute truth. Okay. Yeah, we're almost there. Okay, now we can bust up the soccer ball. Yeah, we can go over. Yeah, bud. Yes, we're going to take the soccer ball out. I'll just go over here with flat. Yeah, bud. Making it, bud. We're getting there. We made it. made it, bud. Okay, let's get the ball out. Uh-huh. You want the big one? Okay, then keep going. We're gonna keep going. Let me get the ball. Good job, bud. Yes, thank you, bud. Thank you. Oh, watch your head. I know it's a little squeaky. I apologize, the sound is a little squeaky. I love being out here. I know we brought our RC cars. This way, bud. Let's go this way. Because that way is rocky, and then when we want to take the balls out again, then it'll be too rocky. Thank you, Bubs. Oh, see these rocks? I'm just gonna try to keep up with him. He's doing good. He's doing a great job, bud. Stop. Yes. You want to take the balls out? Okay. Okay. Oh, you okay, bud? Let me move those rocks there. You slipped on there. Slippery. That's why I don't want. That's why I don't like the other area up there. Cause yes. Let's grab those balls out. Thank you, bud. Good job, bud. What I should do is just put the camera on my head. Okay. Okay, let's play. let me bring the camera over. Is this still recording? Oh, it is. Oh man. Let me go over here. Sorry, I was a bad, I'm a bad novice YouTuber. I don't do a good job YouTubing. Okay. Get that ball over there. Let's get our thing here. Okay, let me post. Whoa. All right, perfect. Now we got our chariot of fire there. Do you want some water, bud? Okay. Let me get your water for you. I don't want my ice to melt. Hold on. Let's just put in hashtag ball. Okay. Water? Let's do it, bud. Do it. Oh, okay. Come on, little man. Let's see what you got. Got this. Yeah, Bubba. Great job. Ah, ah. Ah, ah. Ah, ah, come on, bud. Oh my God. Ah, that's some grueling. That's grueling, bro. That's fucking grueling. Ah, okay. All right, I'm good. 'Cause I gotta run back still. I gotta run back. Ah, ah. Here, have some more water, bud. Get some more water. Yeah, keep going. It's gonna be hot. Yeah, here. Get some water. Uh, miles. 2 miles to the back. Good job. You gotta go, bud. Okay. Mama's gotta hang out with her friend, her coworker. Okay, let me watch this. So you don't fall. Ready? Oh my God. They keep me young. Tablet for you. When you turn it, you can stuff it in first. Let me get. I'll start running so you can get this right there. You gotta go, bud. No, 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 no. You gotta go. It's way too hot. It's getting way too hot. I'm the one who has to run back. I'm gonna have to run back. So here, here's your tablet. Ready? Go. I don't like to be exerting myself in the dead heat. Okay. And I know that's my fault, but at the same time, I could be like, yo, we got to go, bro. We gotta freaking go. All right. Get on the trail. And then I'd say we got a good 3 miles back. Oh man, that was an awesome little workout there, but awesome little workout, sir. Let me see if I can fix my recording there. I hope that works out for you. If not, I apologize. I do my best here. But my setup is not so advanced. It's not so advanced. It's me, Mario. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, okay. There it is. Yeah. No, I like it. I like, I'm just gonna keep it real. I like being in shape because I like to have my shirt off. I really do. Oh man, my camera. So, that's me. That's me being, what's that called? Self-absorbed. I think that's what they call it. No, but I think there's something too, when you look good, when you feel good, you look good. I don't know how, I don't speak English correctly. Is really what it amounts to. Oh. I gotta fix this, bro. This is not working out. But I keep switching from the bike, or not. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm exhausted. Trying to keep it real here. Oh, you know what? Let me fix this. Look, I'm gonna make adjustments here. You're just gonna have to deal with these adjustments. Oh, this came way loose. Okay. Now fix this. That works out a lot better. Damn, I just noticed my gut. Okay. Now I think we'll be good to go. There's a lot of play in this too. That's not ideal. That is not ideal, so. But I think it's okay for the moment. What I should do if I was smart is I would just record the audio and video separate and then line them up. I think that's what the real YouTubers do. But I'm so lazy. I am. And what's funny is I could do that easily because I have one of those little, I forget what they're called, those little microphones that, oh man, I forget what it's called. But it's, dude, I'm so bad. My memory's so bad, but basically it's like a little handheld thing you can plug in. You know what, I should probably do that. I should try to find that. Because that would probably work out way better. And then I just record the video with the Insta360. And then I have the audio and video separate instead of me recording them both together. Because I could just use iTunes or whatever and then put the two together very easily. But look, I learn very slowly because I'm stubborn. No, I am stubborn. And that probably would sound better too. So it's just me. Look, me just not being the brightest of characters. That's just how I am. A long walk home. No, I'm gonna run. I just, oh man, that was hard. I hope you saw me jiggling and wiggling. All my fats moving around. I'm gonna get back to listening to music. Actually, I don't mind just having my earbuds in, not listening to anything. I don't know if that's weird to you. Sometimes I feel like my hearing is just too good. It's like overly high. Like I just hear everything. Sometimes I feel like And I'm not saying I'm at the same level, but like in Sherlock Holmes, the Robert Downey Jr. version, you know, when he was in the restaurant eating the steak, waiting for dang it, Watson and his fiance. Sometimes I feel like that. I feel like I hear everything, and it's too much. Sometimes I just feel like I need to put earplugs in just so I don't hear everything. I just don't. It's so. I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying hypothetically. Maybe because my eyesight's always been really bad. My whole life. Maybe my hearing maybe is just way too sensitive. You know, sometimes like I'm just thinking that out loud right now because I don't even have music playing, but I just like the earbuds in. It gives me a little bit of a noise canceling, so it's just not so loud. Everything's not so loud. And that might very well be true because I know my wife, her eyesight is like tip toppy, like the best eyesight. So maybe that's something she's always been able to see everything way better and notice things with her eyes. But you know, me as someone who was legally blind until a couple years ago, I didn't have that luxury of relying on my eyesight. In fact, I think maybe sometimes that's why when I was younger, maybe I didn't make eye contact with people just because I couldn't see, you know, or I didn't have that vision. So, but my hearing, I think I could hear stuff, and not just words. I just mean I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like I can hear frequencies too, to a certain extent. It's just very strange. Not strange. It's normal to me, but I know we all don't have the same. We all don't have the same. I don't know what you would call it. The same gifts, the same blessings. So here we go. Here we go. Da na na na. Da na 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 na. All right, we are going. We are going. All right. Ah. Oh man, I was just thinking, life is crazy sometimes. It's very surreal. You know, the idea of, I don't know, I've been trying so hard to show something to the world, but I realize maybe it's just not for the world to see. Maybe it's just me that sees it. Maybe I'm the only one that can see some things. Maybe they only apply to me. You know, I realized I don't have the answers. And maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm the only one. But that's okay. You know? And I realized that maybe that is okay. Ah. Alright. So let me see if I can count these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So about a mile and a half to get to the pole. Another mile and a half. So about 3 miles out. So I'm guesstimating today, Dharma, we did a good 7 miles with our sprints. Alright, I need to hustle because it is almost like 2:15. It is April 1st. I'm grateful. It is my birth month. I'm just a little over a week away from my birthday. I'll be turning 41. 41 years, blessed years, I would say that. You know, and I realize that maybe I will end up on the streets.